Welcome to Mirissa, guys. Welcome to Turtle Beach. Let's get out there. Let's show you what it's all about. This is Sri Lanka. Send some garbage cans down to Galle and ask people to put their garbage in. Fucking disgusting mess. Lord Shiva, chariot awaits. Here's the Tuk Tuk. Old Wonderboy Jeremy's lined up for the day here in Sri Lanka. How you doing, man? Friends with Jeremy? We're going on a massive Tuk Tuk tour all around Mirissa. Get this guy to take us to places that might not be easy for normal tourists like me to find. Are you ready?
Yes.
Let's go tuk-tucking. Peachy approves. Explain it's a sidewalk. We got straight line, squiggle, 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 crosswalk, squiggle, 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 straight line. That's what I'm talking about, folks. That's how you know there's a crosswalk coming right here in Mirissa, Sri Lanka. Squiggle, squiggle, straight line, squiggle, squiggle, crosswalk, squiggle, squiggle, straight line. You're welcome. Right down on the beach. Oh. It looks like we got a fisherman's pier, a wharf that goes out. This is probably where some of the fishing boats come in and unload their catch. Here's our steel horse we arrived on. Thank you, Jeremy. This tuk-tuk is an Audi, and it's also the Batmobile. So if you see the signal up in the sky, so apparently there's turtles swimming around right here. A little peachy seen one. I didn't see it. What I am interested in though is these big old derelict boats. You can see where they pulled these things out of the water, try to repair them or do some cleaning or some maintenance on them. Yeah, they just pull them right out of the water, shove them right here on the side of the highway. I guess this is where they work on them. It's a big fisherman's pier that gets out into the deeper waters here where the bigger boats can pull in, unload their catch. And I'm sure the trucks, they pull right up here, put the fish right on the trucks, and off they go to the market, keeping everything nice and fresh. Time is of the essence when it comes to fresh fish. Now you can see in this boat behind me, they have 3 compartments. They have a blue, a green, and it looks like an orange there. They got styrofoam caps. I'm sure they put the ice down there. They put the fresh fish down there, and they keep them nice and fresh until they get back to dock here. So if you're weeks or days out on the sea, way out in the open waters, this is how they keep the fish fresh until they make it back to the dock. We just pulled over. I think we're gonna grab ourselves some coconuts. Nothing like a coconut on the side of the road. What do you think, little Peachy? She like it. Now, you guys might be thinking, that coconut looks pretty small in his hands. Well, it's not that it's a small coconut. It's just that, well, I have really big hands. Which reminds me why I had really low self-esteem when I was younger, till I was about 14, and I realized my hands were big. It took a normal size hand for me to realize that. Well, we won't get into that. Nice, fresh, cool coconut right here on the side of the road. A little bit of an accident back there. Guy was just picking up the scooter as we pulled up. Be careful out there, guys. A lot of people have a lot on their mind. Sometimes safety is not one of them. Slow down. Enjoy your life. As we speed along in this Tuk Tuk. Fun, fun, fun. Looks like our little Tuk Tuk here might be down one tire. That's it, guys. Well, that's a wheel down. So we blew a back tire here on the old Tuk Tuk. All right, let's play a little game called Fun in the Sun while we see what goes on with the Tuk Tuk. Happens to be kind of in the middle of the road too. I don't really think you should have stopped there, but not my Tuk Tuk. Little Peachy here, waiting patiently on the shade on the side of the road. This is it. This is our new home, right here in Sri Lanka, for the next little while until the Tuk Tuk gets fixed. Plan for the worst, hope for the best. I wish I've never heard that before, but I have. All right, here's where we broke down, guys. So, looking at the bright side, we broke down right beside the beach, and we broke down right beside a beautiful restaurant. Wow, talk about wood fire oven. Look at that. And this beach isn't bad either. Let's check it out. See what's on the menu. Tuk Tuk driver made me drink. He broke down, so I ordered another one. Tuk Tuk driver made me drink. Can I have another Long Island, please?
Yeah,
Long Island. Tuk Tuk driver made me do it. Goodbye, broken down Tuk Tuk Beach. It was nice, but it wasn't that nice. But we got to really break down more often. Oh my goodness, feel the heat. That's a real wood fire oven right there, folks. I guess this is like a hotel on the beach somewhere near Galle. Between Mirissa and Galle. Right about at the part where your Tuk Tuk breaks down, gets a flat tire. And you got to do an hour on the beach, heavy drinking and eating Mahi Mahi. The fish so nice they named it twice. Mahi Mahi, kind of like a Tuk Tuk. Tell me something I don't know.
Hyderabad is better for me.
See, I know everything. She had nothing to say. We got ourselves a new wheel. I just spotted a cruise ship, a giant cruise ship off the coast of Galle. I've never heard of cruises coming to Galle, Sri Lanka. But if you have, if any of the people watching this video have heard of any kind of cruises that stop along the way in Galle, please leave a comment and let me know about that cruise. Look at this. This is right over there. It's a little bit salam alaikum. I don't think we should film here. Well, you know what they say. If you see a bunch of tour buses parked on the side of the road, the price is about to go up. I think we're here at the Fort of Galle. I believe this was a Dutch fort that was a trading post and a secure point for their assets or whatever they took from the land around. was the tunnel of Galle. That was the gallbladder. Gallbladder of Galle. Look at the tree. Wow. Some big stuff around here. We are in Galle, folks. We are in Galle, and this is a fort. I believe it's a Dutch fort. Little Peachy here. Oh, there she is. Now this is what it's like in Galle. Big lighthouse. Beauty, 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 beauty. I guess this is the lighthouse of Galle. Nice spot. Here in Galle, I don't think anyone is responsible for picking up the garbage. Garbage over here, garbage over there. This place is like a garbage dump. First impressions of Galle, not so good. A lot of garbage, a lot of trash, just thrown everywhere. Here's a little advice for the tourism department of Sri Lanka. Send some garbage cans down to Galle and ask people to put their garbage in it. What a trashy shithole. And yeah, it's an old fort built by the Dutch. 1938 public house right here. 1938 pieces of garbage within 100 feet of this place. There's a garbage thrower now. There we go. Look at some more garbage here. More garbage. Even more garbage. Piles of garbage. The fuck is this town doing with this place? Maybe there's some sort of garbage can strike. This is just the way they litter in Galle. More garbage. They say Amsterdam is a dirty city. It's not as dirty as Galle. Is that a mosque? Yes, it is. Nice mosque. No garbage around the mosque. Wow, a cannon. A cannon, guys. What do you think this cannon shoots? Hello, any garbage down there? There's garbage even in the water. What a shame. What a shame here in Galle. Welcome to Galle, Sri Lanka, guys. This is a 15th century fort built by the Portuguese in 1400 and something. Later, this was handed over to the Netherlands or Holland or the Dutch, and it became a stronghold as a shipping port out of the country. It was a fortified fort to hold their assets and ship out their goods. Back in the colonial times, when Sri Lanka was colonized by the Dutch. Today, Galle, it's got its issues. Garbage is one of them. Someone left garbage here. I think it's the tourists or the locals. But there's not one single bin. Not one garbage bin, not one sign, not anything. Garbage in the ocean. Garbage on the land. If you're Sri Lanka and you're listening, you work in the tourism department, you could do better. Some small changes here would go a long way. First impressions of this place are important. And the first impression of this place, I'm sure these were cannon turrets, keep the coastline safe. You can see the round grooves in here where the turrets would be able to spin. And you could position your weapons on a 360-degree angle to fire anywhere out to the sea. to protect the coastline from invaders. Galle was a stronghold. These tides are so strong, you could just see from the bubbles on top how fast this water moves. You would never be able to swim in that. With all these rocks surrounding the area, it'd be impossible to invade it by ship. It's just way too shallow. You'd have to park way out at sea like that cruise ship out there, and you'd have to take tenders in. Get some ice cream and get on the road. Wow, that's a lot of kutu. Some onion. What do we find here?